Hello guys, this is Ryan from the SAP Consultant channel. Welcome to my new video. I know it's been a while since my last video, but I've been really busy with many rollouts in different countries. But nowadays, you know that with this pandemic situation around the world, I have more time now. But my message to you is to be fine and keep safe. That's the most important in this moment. So, okay, let's go back to our SAP topic of today. We will discuss about the subcontracting procedure. I will try to explain not the most basic and normal process, but trying to use different functionalities that we also have in SAP. In this case, I will use one finished good that will have a BOM with two components. Let's go and check this out. So this is my finished good. And here we have two components. The first one relationship is 1-to-1, and in the second one relationship is 2-to-1. Then for each of these components, we will use different strategies. For the first one, okay, the complete scenario will be starting from the planning procedure. Okay, so we will run MRP on the finished good. We will create dependent requirements for the components. Requisitions will be created and then automatically converted to POs. In the case of the first component, we will also create a PO to an external vendor, and in this scenario, that vendor will deliver directly to our subcontracting vendor. They were not shipping to us. Okay, and in the second case, we already have the component in stock. Okay, so we will see the differences on the process. As usual, I will try to show all customizing and master data that we have behind these scenarios. So let's start. Okay, so here we have our finished good, and I created an independent requirement for 100. So let's run MRP. We have two requisitions created. So then a second. I want to click on update. So okay, here we have our first requisition for our finished good. We can see this one. We have item category L, that is subcontracting, and we have already a fixed vendor that is determined. For this, we will need the material to be created with an info record and a source list. In this case, the info record is related to subcontracting. Okay, it's not the general info record. So now let's see what happened at the components. We can also see that, as we discussed, we already see the BOM. Here we have the stocks. This is our finished good. We don't have stock in our restricted stock. And for one component, we have 0. And for the other component, we already have 200 in our stock. So in this case, we do not need to create any requisition or any PO. In this case, we will need to buy. So let's see what happened to the first component. So here we have our requisition created. Okay, this is the dependent requirement. So if we go to see this requisition component, and it is with vendor 1000. Okay, this is an external vendor. The idea of this process is that we will be buying or converting this requisition to a PO, and this vendor 1000 will ship the material directly to our supplier for subcontracting, that is 1111. So this is one requisition. The other requisition created was for the finished good, okay, 97 and 98. And in the last one, as we need 200, but we already have 200 in stock, there's no requisition or element created. So basically we have two requisitions. All the materials are set up with special procurement type F. Let's go to check one. Procurement type F. This is the second component, so there's no special procurement type. We have only procurement type F. For the finished good, we have 30 here, the special procurement that is pointed to subcontracting. For the first component, it's also F, okay? So now MRP created the requisitions. So we can also see that in subcontracting cockpit, okay, we can see already the requisition, okay? Let's go back and let's run the conversion of requisitions into PO. I save a variant for this. Okay, so you will read all my requisitions. Okay, so we have for the requisition 97 and 98, we have both POs created automatically. For this to happen, you need to set up the automatic PO in the material master, and also set the automatic PO in the vendor master. So let's go here. Let's take a look what we have now. So this requisition was converted into the purchase order. This is for the subcontracting for the finished good. This is our first component. It was converted to the PO as well. So here we have a normal PO for vendor 1000, and we are saying that the delivery address for this vendor, it will be the vendor for subcontracting. Okay, so this is a new vendor, and you also need to flag this option, subcontracted vendor here. Okay, what this will enable that when you post a good receipt of this PO, instead of going to your own store location, it will be shown automatically as a special stock in the subcontractor. Okay, so it's like a material already provided to the vendor. Okay, so now that we are with this one, let's go and make the good receipt of this PO. Okay, check, post. Okay, this one is already posted. So if we check now the stock for this component, we can see that we already have 100 in the stock provided to vendor. Okay, so now let's go and see the second component. Okay, so let's refresh this one. Okay, disappear, the PO was already received. The second one, we said that we already have the stock. Okay, so we do not need to create any PO. Okay, so what we have to do now is to send the second component also to the vendor. Okay, for this, instead of doing the normal inventory management posting, let's do something different with the cockpit. Okay, let's check the second material. Okay, yes, we still have not sent it. So vendor. Okay, so here we have our 200 pieces requirement, and we have our PO, okay, for the finished good. So we will create a delivery. This is an outbound delivery for this line. So we have to select the line and complete the information here, storage location. Okay, you see here that the shipping point is necessary and is already determined. Okay, for this you need to configure in customizing the shipping point determination. Okay, under logistics execution, shipping basic shipping function, shipping points, assign shipping points. Okay, you have to customize this with shipping condition from the material master in the sales plan view of the material. Shipping condition from the customer master. For this to happen, to create a delivery, you need to link your vendor with the customer. Okay, and we will see that. And in the customer information, you will find the shipping condition. Okay, the loading group is the one in the material master in the sales plant data. Okay, so loading group, we use 1, and our plant is 1000. Okay, so this is our entry, and we have 1000 as the shipping point that is determined. What we were saying about the customer and the vendor is if we go to our PO, here we have the vendor. Yeah. And you see the vendor has a customer. Okay. If you go to the customer master, you will also see the shipping condition. So now we are going to create our delivery. Delivery created. Let's check out our delivery. Okay, 200. It has to be as well pick. Okay. So now this is pick, and we can make the post-good issue. Post-good issue being done. Okay, so now we already sent as well the second component. Let's check our both components. Yeah, both components are already sent to the vendor. Okay, here you can see 200 and 100. So the last step will be to receive the finished good. Okay, so this is our PO. What I also want to mention as well is that in the customizing to create the outbound delivery, you need to set up the PO for subcontracting. Okay, the subcontracting order here, you have to set up the document type. So let's do the good receipt. So guys, if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe to this channel, okay, and let me know in the comments what other functionalities you would like to see on SAP. Okay, so I hope you are fine, and good luck. Bye bye.